Welcome to the wonderful world of Waikato Sheds, my friends. Today we've been doing some numbers and I'm thinking granny flats can make you money. We've been looking at it, the rules have changed, so let's go and meet. We've got Bronek, the shed designer, we've got Ben the broker. They're in the office, they're supposedly working hard. Where are they working hard? Are they like Quentin? Are they behind a desk? Are they like Shane? Or should we go out, have a look through Shed Quarters Bar? Let's go on to, who have we got in here? What a surprise! Ben the broker, I'm great.
You've caught me.
Snap, crackle, pop. Alright, let's go through it. I've been saying, how do granny flats make us money? So the rules have changed. They said we're allowed to build 70 square metres. Check out the other video if you like for a bit more update on that one. But the government has just gone full noise. You can, no building consent, no resource consent. Yes, you still got to do it legitimately. You need plans and you need LBPs. We can provide the plans, the LBPs, do it all. But I've just run some rough numbers in my head and I thought I'd run it past you guys. Is we can build a 70 square metre granny flat, call it 2 bedrooms, comfortable, for roughly $200,000. Alright? Now, what's the borrowing either over 20 or 30 years if you were to borrow $200,000 from the bank then?
Yeah, so if you're looking at a 20-year term, let's use the current 2-year rate, 4.99 as an example, looking at around about $305, $306 per week. If you move that out to a 30-year term, then it drops down to $248 per week.
Okay, that's pretty sharp.
Yeah.
So 200 grand, 250, 300 a week. Now, if you were to put that on the back of the property, I know a lot of Kiwis, either we're talking a residential property or a rural property, and hey, there might be a little bit more fees in there. Maybe there's another 20, 30 grand. You buy the development contributions to connect to the power and the wastewater, or to put in a bit of a, maybe add a little bit to the septic tank or something. But you know, this is just rough numbers, but is what's the rental market currently looking like? What do we expect you could get a 2-bedroom house? Brand new 2-bedroom.
Well, I had a look on TradeMe and the prices in the Waikato region range from mid to high 4s to high end 6s. I averaged it out, it's roughly about $550 a week.
Seems fair. We're talking brand new flat, so $550 a week you could rent that granny flat for. Sorry granny, you'll have to find somewhere else. But we can borrow that money, $250 to $300 a week. What other fees are we going to be talking about on top of this?
Rates,
Insurance.
And maybe accounting, but then you might be able to deduct that out, so that might be, what are we thinking? Rates, insurance, how much is that going to cost us an extra a week?
maybe upside probably $100.
Okay, full noise, let's allow $100. That means you could get that granny flat on the land, fully paid for, no cost to you, for $350 to $400, and someone's going to be paying you $550 at least per week. So that means you're going to be seeing $150 to $200 a week in the hand, and then after a period of time that thing's paid off.
Sign me up.
Sign me up.
What's the deal?
It seems like a deal.
When do these rules come into play?
Early 2026. So surprising, but New Zealand first. Blessing. Once they put this into it, they said they wanted to happen. I think this is going to make a fundamental change in the housing market in New Zealand. I think there's people probably underestimate, even the government, what this is going to be able to do to unlock the backyards, front yards. They've said as long as it's 2 metres from a boundary and 2 metres from the house, you're good to go. So we've all got houses. I think we can all think of people and places where these could go on.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So if somebody's interested in that and saying, hey, you know, do the numbers, double checking, we don't always get it right, but I'm pretty confident on those ones, is what should be the first step?
Get in touch with me. Work out your capacity. Take it from there.
Absolutely. Get in touch with Ben. Find out what you can borrow. Rates are going down. OCR dropped by another 0.25 today. Because what you want to be able to do is get that money, be able to know that you've got it. And like, how long does a pre-approval last for you?
Generally 12 months for new build. Yeah.
So you can get a pre-approval now, and that easily covers us to be able to
Yep.
go through the process. The law will be able to change. We envisage these will take probably 3 to 5 months from start to finish because we don't have any of the delays of the council in between. And so you're going to need a little bit of money to be able to hold whilst there's no rental income. So either you might have that in savings or you're going to be able to borrow that and then sketch out that project. So you could speak to Ben, who can work out the equity in your property, serviceability. Then you can speak to us, we can draw up a site plan, we can put it on site, we can confirm the design with you, we can confirm the cost. Good to go.
Easy as.
All right, well look man, I think, thanks for watching to the end. Any questions, comment below, answer. Either myself, Ben will be able to come back to you. If you feel like Granny needs a garage, hashtag Granny needs a garage. Also, comment below, let us know. I feel like Granny needs a garage, so they should be allowed
So do I.
garages on these. But hey, we can always put a consent-free 30 square metre next to one of these as well, if it is. Or maybe you're just going to have to carry those groceries in the rain van. So, blessings to the grannies out there. But any questions, let us know. We're on a mission to put the best sheds all across the country.
Yeah.
Ben wants to help you finance all of that. So, you know, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, we've got more awesome content. So, thanks guys.
Thanks,
Ben,
guys.
a pleasure.
Cheers.
Bronek, a pleasure.
Always.
Alright, great cheers, done right.